else having a rough week? Anybody else having a rough week?
Yeah.
Man.
Getting my fucking ass handed to me this week. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, yesterday was rough. Today was way better. So I finally got the PIN for my debit card. It's only been 5 weeks that I've been without.
Oh, my goodness.
Without a debit card altogether. Got the debit card last Thursday and then had to wait for a new PIN that didn't show up in the mail until today.
I forgot to tell you that whenever I went to Menards and just around Joplin with you that day, I finally understand what like a pay pig feels like, you know, because I had to be the acting debit card for the day for ease of access. And so I got to experience what a little pay pig is.
Yep.
So.
Minion.
Swipe, sir.
You swipe over here, please. Swipe on aisle 4.
I went to my first minor league hockey game this weekend, and I followed the tradition of Dad and I's first hockey game. Is you fucking go all in and you fully immerse yourself in the culture, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have a minor league team. Got free tickets to go see the Tulsa Oilers, so we loaded up. I went, immediately bought a jersey and a hat. I like dressed down, didn't wear anything other than just like, this will be comfortable under.
Yeah.
And then showed up, put it on, and then just went all in on it.
Nice. It's a way to go.
And they won again. So I think there's kind of a method here.
Third time's the charm. We gotta find out.
Yep.
We'll see about going to another Stars game.
Oh, I can't wait.
I told you they're playing the Saturday after Spirit Box.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to look at that then.
Yeah.
Because I do want to go again. But anyway, Mac and Buddy that is also an audio listener, and his date, all 4 of us went, and by the end of it they were shocked, I guess. They were surprised because my capacity to be extroverted in those events and make friends with God and everybody is like a gift of mine. They'd score a goal, and I would, hoop and holler top of my lungs. I was giving high fives to complete strangers around me. There was a super fan up to the back left behind me, and his wife said his name behind me, and I picked that up, and he was like calling out what penalties were. He's like, oh, they're offsides. And I just looked at him. I was like, hey, Sean, like, can you break me He didn't know my name. And he paused. He was like,
what?
Yeah, what's up? And so he got me the answer. And then I passed it down the chain and said, okay, so this is actually what happened. But it was a good time. I got super into it. Now I have 3 hockey jerseys, counting ours.
Nice.
So.
And they played. Who'd they play?
They played the Wichita Thunder,
right?
And so there was like a 5-second pause there whenever they rolled out, because I was like, God damn, your jerseys look cooler. I was like, I got the wrong one. But I told
You
Matt
went with the Oklahoma team and not the Kansas team.
I didn't know Kansas had a team. I didn't follow.
I honestly didn't either.
Yeah, I thought it was just the Tulsa Oilers. But then we rolled up and they were playing Wichita, and then they come out in this black and white jersey. I'm like, oh, that's clean as shit.
Wichita's not that far either.
No. And so I was telling Mac, I said, whenever we do these, I said, the goal is if we go play a Wichita show, I can wear my Wichita Thunder jersey. We go play Tulsa, I can wear my Tulsa Oilers jersey. We play Dallas again, I can wear the Dallas Stars.
Oh.
Or I can just wear ours to all of them.
Right.
No, actually wear the team jersey of the town that we're in, right?
I think that's cool.
And then you wear ours to the games.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There was one gentleman that was wearing a Dallas Stars jersey there, so I was like, represent, The guys in front of me, we immediately became friends because they were quoting that video, the twist his dick, oh, dick twist. So naturally, we hit it off.
Right.
And there was a gentleman 2 rows ahead of us that whenever they scored a goal, he started giving out high fives and all that stuff, and I held up my hand, and he just like completely brushed past me. And everybody around me, the people in front, the people behind me, were like, no, we got you. So I was like, I love hockey. This is so fun.
That sounds like a blast.
The beer prices at those things, though, I'm not a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Was it better at minor league?
I would say
It should be.
I would say it was comparable.
Really?
Yeah. So
What are you looking at? Like $9 a beer or something like that?
I was higher than that.
Really?
Yeah. I know that the lady, whenever I bought two 24-ounce Modelo's, because they don't carry Pabst, hockey changed that. She told me, she was like, just so you know, this is the price for like a 6-pack, like for both of them. I was like, I'm gonna drink it anyway. Give
me a beer.
And anyway, it was just one of those things where it's just like I accepted it before I even got there.
Right.
It's just like, if I want to have fun on this, so.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question for our experienced listeners of live sporting events. Hockey jerseys above all other jerseys are really kind of roomy and
Mm-hmm.
can conceal things.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody made it into a hockey game with a Camelback?
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
So
I'd hate to lose the Camelback, though.
yeah, theoretically.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that video. Would you or would you not check under my hat for Skittles? And it's like it's like a stocking cap that's like all the way up on his head. So, but that was fun. Have we announced it on the podcast? I know that we announced it on Facebook.
No, we have not.
But 2 weeks ago now, right? Give or take.
Oh, that. Yeah, that. No, we haven't. Yeah, it's been 2 weekends.
Okay.
2 weekends ago.
Also got to complete a childhood dream of mine. I am now a proud owner and enjoyer of arcade cabinets. I got Space Invaders and the original 1980s Galaga, and that shit has been a big hit with the band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've discovered that Zach is a wizard. So
I'm a
the
connoisseur.
space wizard. He currently
He's a
holds the high score
pinball
amongst
wizard.
the band. So it was like 86,000.
I don't know. Did you not?
No, he didn't. It
I
was
can't
70.
play music worth shit, but I can play Galaga, and I'll kick some ass apparently at foosball too. So
I could play Gallagher and fuck bitches.
yeah, I'm here to do two things. Play
I'm all out of bitches.
I'm all out of bitches. Exactly.
Oh, shit.
You got a pretty mouth though.
Yeah. Speaking of your pretty mouth, you laid down some vocals tonight for Ideolatry.
Yeah.
We made some progress.
Made
That
some
was nice.
progress.
Are we finally talking about song titles on the podcast? Because I don't think we've ever verbally said it.
Yeah,
on the
we've said it a
podcast.
couple of times.
We
yeah.
say the short hands.
Itty.
If
yeah.
we're playing them live, we can.
Yeah, true.
We can say it.
True.
Hey, look, if you can match the name of the song to the song, then you're a real one. So
Yeah, one forehead kiss from me.
yeah.
You get
Non-refundable.
get an ass pat from me. A good game.
Good
Yeah.
game.
Good game, bro.
Game champ. Sport.
One thing that we did announce this week, into Summer Bash 6
Yep.
will be September 20th at My Place Bar.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have any bands to announce, but we have been talking to some bands. So one in particular that we wanted to confirm before we set the date. So, and that one is not us.
Mm-hmm.
We are confirmed. We'll say it right now. It's an exclusive. Nobody saw it coming. Edge over Edge will be playing
We'll
into
be
Summer Bash.
Playing the one event that we throw. Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna be a good time.
Rock and metal.
And then we also made a modification to the yacht. We added bar lights up above the bar, and it feels very cozy.
Yep. You'll get to see those soon when we have another guest on the pod, which should be not too long from now.
Yep. Once we finalize that, I can reach out to him.
Yep.
So,
little things happening.
big things coming.
Big things coming,
Never.
but little things happening.
Little things happen. Baby
steps. That's right.
We're gonna microdose big things. Big things coming.
That's the modern day baby steps. Just microdose it.
While I was out sick last week, I caught up on a bunch of different movies that I had been meaning to watch. Fandango is the shit. I like that. Just the library. So I was like, oh, what's Dad got? And watched.
Not that he watched my account. He has his own, of course. Of course.
Do I?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Cut that. Actually, we live in the same household, so it's fine.
Yeah. For sure. Anyway, I watched the last Indiana Jones.
I thought you were going to say The Last Dragon.
I don't think he's ever seen it.
I haven't. I need to watch it.
We might have to add that to our Flash Gordon party.
Dude, I was going to say that's one that we should all get together and watch together.
Yeah.
That one would be a good one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. The CGI young Harrison Ford.
It's a little dodgy.
It's a little dodgy.
They're all a little dodgy right now. You just got to accept it.
I do. I 100% agree. I'm just glad they're still doing it.
Yeah.
But in that same regard, the only real problem, it really wasn't even the CGI. It was just, you can tell that he's older by his voice.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's way deeper and, et cetera.
Gruff, more gruff. And
and I'm like, oh shit.
I hate that they missed this huge opportunity not to bring Short Round back.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been a perfect, instead of having the daughter, his goddaughter, just could have brought Short Round back, and that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any plans whatsoever to get another Indiana Jones. I think that was
the capstone.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's, I always say the guy's name wrong that played Short Round, but he's like kind of killing it right now.
Right.
Right. That would have been great.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because didn't he just get like a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame or something?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
There's a preview out for a new movie of his, and we watched it, and or it came on, and then a little while later, like my wife says, man, I really want to see that new Jackie Chan movie. I was like, Jackie Chan movie? What are you talking about? It's like, well, we just watched a preview. It's like, wait a second, are you talking about this one? He's like, that's not. So it's like, no, it totally was. We had a big argument about it. I had to look up pictures, and she's like, yeah, that's Jackie Chan, right? I'm like, I'm usually the one that can't recognize faces.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you're racist. You think all Asian people look the same? She's like, shut up.
Oh, it's funny. But I like the cameos in it. I thought that was a nice throwback. And the story was really cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it was
enjoyable.
Okay. Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
It was better than the last one. So,
which one was the last one? Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
I really liked Crystal Skull.
I like it. I like all of them.
Yeah.
But Crystal Skull's at the bottom of the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So,
yeah, I think I'm with you on that. Actually, I'm like sitting here thinking through each movie.
Well, there's the three, Crystal Skull,
right,
and then that one, right?
Yeah.
I guess when you put it up like that, I can see why.
Yeah.
Because, obviously the three are the top three.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed it.
What's your favorite one?
I want to say The Lost Ark. It's the one that I remember the most.
Yeah.
And growing up watching. I think Temple of Doom is the cooler. But that, I think Raiders of the Lost Ark was my favorite.
For years and years, I would have said Raiders of the Lost Ark. But man, Temple of Doom has really grown on me over the years. It's the Empire Strikes Back of Indiana Jones.
Right. Yeah.
It's the dark one.
Yeah, exactly. I've always liked that one the best.
Yeah. Raiders of the Lost Ark was the one that I just have the most memory of as a kid.
But I also can't say I don't love The Last Crusade.
Oh, I love that one too.
I honestly,
those three kind of are like tied together.
Yeah. I think if you put Raiders and The Last Crusade together, then they win because Indy against Nazis is just
The
peak
shit. It's the shit.
Indiana Jones.
It is the shit.
But yeah, there's just a vibe about Temple of Doom. Plus, you got a short round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, that's been enjoyable.
Yeah. So what else you get caught up on then?
I watched Smile 2, Smile 1 and 2.
Have you seen those, Zach?
I haven't.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, they're enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things, like I like horror movies and stuff, and it's not like I'm scared to watch them alone. It's just I don't think it's as fun to watch them alone.
Yeah.
And Crystal is just, ever since we had
You don't
Kyra,
hate yourself like that. And
like she used to be a big like horror movie fan, but once she had a child, it just hit her the wrong way, and she just doesn't watch them anymore. So I never
Not
think
Dad,
to watch
he was
it.
like, watch me traumatize my son at a young age.
Right.
Like, this is called
Sensitization.
Yeah.
It's not even about watching them around Kyra. It's just just watching them. Period.
The impact is a little bit different.
Right.
I'm sure I've talked about it a couple of well, I talked about it when Randy was on. But you guys need to check out the first Omen.
I plan to.
And I think it's either on Paramount Plus or Peacock. But it has no right to be as good as it is.
Yep. Beetlejuice. I watched that.
I watched that.
It was fun.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. The first one is just absolutely unbeatable.
Sure.
But
Right.
anyway.
And, going into it, I don't think any of them thought, we're going to top the first one.
Right.
It's
let's
just a passion.
Let's try and make a story that continues this. And no.
And then let me look.
I was surprised at how much they featured the dad without featuring the dad in Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That actor is problematic. So I was surprised they even did the claymation, look-alike.
Right.
But
I guess I don't know why he's problematic. What's that about?
Several. I was surprised.
I thought he died. I didn't know.
And he may be now, but I want to say, 10, 15 years ago, he got caught with some inappropriate things on his computer.
Oh,
and
no, I remember that now.
Yeah, and that pretty much took care of his career.
Yep.
Oh,
that
man.
would do it.
Yep.
So, but she made a comeback in terms of her acting career.
Yes, she really did. Yeah,
because
Stranger Things, man, that's put her back on the map.
Sorry, I'm talking about the stepmom.
Oh,
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
Oh, she's awesome. Yeah.
Now she's doing Michelob Ultra commercials with Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe in that, I was also surprised. I didn't expect to see him on that bill.
Well, she's going to be in The Last of Us season 2.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I also watched all of the Planet of the Apes movies.
The originals?
Not the originals.
Oh.
The
the updated ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really good.
Those were really good. I was really
You saw
impressed.
the newest one.
Was it War?
Maybe.
I think
there's
so.
like 4 of them.
No, there's 4? I counted 3.
So you,
because I looked it up.
You got through the Caesar trilogy,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Caesar was in all of them?
Yep.
Okay, there is another one.
Really?
That's after Caesar had passed.
Really?
Yep.
I want to watch that then.
In the future. Yeah.
Nice. I want to check that
I
out.
haven't watched all of it. I kind of jumped in the middle of it when your mom was watching it, and it's good. You want to have a fun time though? Go back and watch all of the OG Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, they went off the rails with mole men and the planet. I don't know what there was. Journey to the center of the planet. There's all kinds of crazy stuff.
There's apes in it, right?
Right.
Well, do we really need plot?
Every time I think about Planet of the Apes, I think about the Simpsons episode where they're doing there's like a play and they're doing the song Amadeus, but they're singing Dr. Zaius. I don't know. Dr. Zaius.
That's funny.
And I don't know why Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes gets so much hate. I think the practical effects in that were awesome.
I remember that very well growing up as a kid.
Yeah, and I remember how frightening Tim Roth was as the general.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But that was good.
Maybe the story was a little thin,
but I watched the Caesar trilogy,
and
I really enjoyed that.
Yep.
I had never watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I had never watched War for the Planet of the Apes.
So what's the first one?
Oh, sorry, Rise. Yeah, so it's Rise. Is it? I'd have to look it up again.
I want to say Dawn is the first one.
Dawn, Rise,
Franco?
War. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all of those I really enjoyed.
It's crazy to think Planet of the Apes, was started because dude was trying to prevent his father's Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard that story.
Yeah. Oh no, that's how that movie was. That's what that was. He was a scientist, and Caesar was a test ape for the.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like
The actual story.
the actual like script,
Yeah.
like the person that wrote it.
The real Dawn.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's been a while. I watched that like when it came out, but
Yeah.
those aren't kind of really my favorite movies. So
I enjoyed
not
it.
really into it.
It was good. Just turn on and turn off my brain.
Yeah.
And just enjoy a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched the Alien Romulus again, and I did actually see where
they changed it a little.
there was actually like a statement from either the creative director or something, a special effects director or something like that whenever they released it to theaters, they weren't satisfied with it, and so they went in between before the final release.
Yeah, and it's still not perfect, but
it's a lot better.
Again, none of them are perfect.
No, it was.
What did they change?
It was significantly better.
Science Officer Rook, the CGI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a little dodgy, especially in the theater.
All right.
I watched.
Then again, his head was this big on the IMAX screen, so
Right.
See every detail of
Every little glitch or whatever.
I fully watched and broke down The Shining, and then followed it with Dr. Sleep, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I really did like Dr. Sleep.
Yeah. Mike Flanagan's man, dude. He is creating a Carrie series.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. And so many of these properties that have adaptations already, it's like, why do it? And it's like, especially that one. I mean, the original De Palma movie is a classic. Sissy Spacek was the shit. Piper Laurie as her crazed mom was fucking awesome. But at the same time, if it's in his hands, I kind of trust where he goes with it.
Well, watching The Shining and then watching Dr. Sleep really made me want to get back into reading again. But then I also looked and I said, I've got shit to do.
Yeah.
So,
but
Spotify apparently does like audiobooks.
They do.
And all that stuff.
They do.
Do we need to look at upgrade? I need to look at upgrading my personal plan.
You've got there's a family plan. That's what we're on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew, sorry, I didn't want to. Can I have one sec?
Ditto, please. Yeah, it has a limited amount of minutes per month, and then you can buy more time.
Right, but yeah, right.
Which just another way musicians get the shaft, right?
Yeah,
because you get one subscription, you can listen to all the music you want, but authors. You only get X amount of hours to listen to books before you have to pay for some extra.
Well, I've got something to say about the audio.
Do a slam riff, pussy. Yeah.
I got something
Stephen
to say
King, can
about
you play guitar?
the audiobooks on Spotify, but I was grabbing beers, so I couldn't chime in. Only the account holder on the family plan gets access to the audiobooks.
Really?
Yep. I've got a family plan also, and I'm the only one that gets the audiobooks access.
That's awesome. That's bullshit.
I look it up, see if you can get a book.
You can, at least I think.
I'm listening to I've started I'm taking it slow because it's heavy reading, but I started the Gulag Archipelago.
That sounds like a lighthearted romp.
Yeah, no, it's only like the book that did the heavy lifting on the downfall of the Soviet Union.
Nope, he's right. He's right. I can't listen to the audiobooks because there was one book that's been on my bookshelf since I graduated high school. Actually, it was recommended by my English teacher, and I've been meaning to go back. I have it, go back and read it, but I guess the way that I enjoy it, just so that way I don't have to think as hard, is I like the audiobook while I'm following along, just because I'm like,
yeah,
I like people doing things for me.
I like it because I can be going along, doing other things.
Yeah.
And I can listen to it at, 1 point. Right. I usually go like 1.3 speed where it's not ridiculously
that's
fast.
Cool. I'm going to slow it down to like half speed. And be like, red rum.
I guess that's what I need to start doing on Spotify so I can, maximize my minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, they'll probably just run out quicker. They'll be like, "Oh, your time's up, you son of bitches."
Yeah, I don't know. I never really double checked.
Wait, he's actually using his content features. Right. Pull the plug.
He's cracked the code.
Other than that, I really tried to go back and finish the Resident Evil saga, the last 2 or 3. I couldn't remember which the last one was.
The final chapter.
No. That's not what I mean. Which the last one was that I left off at.
Oh, yeah.
And I started it and I was just like, man, I'm not into it.
There is one, and I don't know. I actually like the final chapter.
Okay.
And I can't remember. I think it's the one right before it that they're in a big
simulation. That was the one that I watched.
Yeah, that felt like, okay, we're just watching levels of a video game.
Yeah.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the thing that did it for me that I turned off was whenever they had Soviet zombie soldiers.
Nazi zombies. Yeah.
Shooting guns. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Not my Resident Evil.
The last one's pretty good.
So, okay, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Were they led by Elon Musk's zombie? Just kidding.
The games kind of follow suit with the movies in terms of quality.
Yeah.
Because I would say that the first 4 Resident Evils I would say are good. I really enjoy them. And then how many total is there? 8 total? 7? I don't know. Anyway, but right after 4 is whenever in the games you start to see a decline in quality in terms of direction and other stuff. But they're going through this poppin' revitalization and just they're killing it right now. I know that the last 2 first person Resident Evil games that they released have been just chef's kiss. You know what I mean? Just mwah! Loved it. Loved every second of it. It was beautiful. But
nice.
Just 6. There's only 6.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The one thing I noticed too, with jumping back to those movies, is how they just kind of nonchalantly retcon things.
Yeah.
In the opening monologue.
Yeah.
It's wait.
Yeah.
Weren't you just in the desert? Yeah. What?
Yeah. It's just made to not make sense. After the first 3 where, it's Extinction. I think Extinction is
the third one. Yeah.
I really liked Extinction. I thought that one was all right. It wasn't the best, but
right.
I was okay, I can follow it. I dig it. But nothing tops the first one.
No.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Soundtrack alone.
Yeah.
Which you cannot get.
I don't understand.
You cannot get it. It's not on Spotify.
It's on vinyl.
Really?
I guess we need to look at that shit. That would be a poppin' record.
It probably was. So it'd be super rare right now. Mm-hmm. You can still find
Claim.
You can still
Nobody can buy it before I buy it.
You can still find the tracks on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean,
that's
such a good soundtrack.
That first one is just popping. That was back when like new metal and all that other stuff was just like everywhere in the mainstream. It was like, shit.
Well, and I mean,
The good old days.
Chocolate starfish.
I take it back. So the soundtrack, like the songs featured in the soundtrack,
Yeah.
I think that is available.
Yeah.
But the score,
yes, the score
you cannot get.
The score is just
And
phenomenal.
it's Manson and a composer did the score. You know.
Oh, nice.
It's the shit.
Yeah. I mean, it is the sweetest, most industrial
Synth.
face fuck
Yeah.
you've ever.
Yeah, it's the shit. I'm gonna have to play it after we get off of this.
Yeah, I don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Too late.
Yeah, Daddy needs his second yacht.
I really haven't been watching too many movies, but I did watch Landman. Have you guys watched any of that?
That Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob, yeah.
Oh,
I keep seeing clips of it.
It's really
reels.
good. You ever watch Yellowstone? Or
Yeah,
anything?
yeah. It's the
All right, same
guy.
creator.
Yeah.
after I've got another movie that I just
It's
remembered.
very good.
Yeah.
Like just like Yellowstone, all that. It's like I don't know, just it's very character driven and really well done.
Nice. Mac and I watched Blink twice last night.
Oh yeah,
that was really good. I really enjoyed that.
I heard it described as very similar to Get Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Get Out more of the two,
Yeah,
just because Get Out, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
right.
And the plot layers just thickening as you went. But I would say that Blink Twice had a really good plot to it, and some pretty good twists in it.
Well, and it was directed by Zoe Kravitz.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
So her first feature.
Oh yeah. But I enjoyed that movie.
Trying to remember, I've watched some things, but clearly they haven't really stuck. But had a few projects going on, and I'm trying to do a feature on where I video all of my projects.
Because you needed one more project,
Well, I mean, I do projects. It makes sense to just throw up a camera and have content.
Right.
The problem is when I do multiple projects at once, it's like, okay, how do I don't have my time management figured out yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of did some just picture updates of posts. So one of them was the lighting in here over the bar. I had to build like the world's strongest industrial dog gate because my dogs are fucking what's his name? Houdinis. They can just bust out of anything, climb over it, jump over it, open it. And so that was a big project I work on. I've got some recycling projects. We have this incredible model sci-fi cyberpunk miniature city that Annie Lake built and needed to get rid of. And I was like, yes, dibs. That we want to try and do some video stuff with. And so I have some other pieces that I think will go with this, but it's one of those that, got to find time, set it up, try and figure all that out. Just a lot of different things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then whenever you have your son, like, said, Dad, I want lights over the bar. Can you help me? Can you help me get these arcade cabinets? I'm fucking up half of his time management.
We bought a 3D printer.
Yeah.
And we haven't even plugged it in yet to figure it out.
Yep.
But that's something that's exciting that I'm looking forward to messing with. There have been a few Galaga breaks. I'm not gonna lie.
Plenty. I'm very.
It's
very
great
happy
because I
with
can
it.
just turn it off.
Yep.
Because my top scores keep going down, and he's kicking all our asses. So it's like, I'll just turn it off.
I got close, and by close I mean I made it just over halfway to your high score, and I was like, "Fuck!"
I've spent a lifetime building my skills on Galaga, so
It's apparently it's some muscle memory too.
It is.
It's been 30 years since you touched one of them
And then
cabinets.
just fired it up. Yeah, over here like a boomer at a slot machine, just
I tell you,
tapping.
Actually, the problem is I think we just made it too easy because he hasn't. You haven't you haven't topped your high score from the first time, and you actually have more lives.
I know.
And
The pressure.
I was just in the
pressure.
zone. I was, that's part of it is you got to get in the zone
you
of
gotta
it.
get in your flow state.
And exactly. And the way that I try to do
he
it.
had a gamer boner. He was like, oh!
Yep. The way that I try to do it is not focus on what you're shooting at,
Right.
but focus on your ship and dodging stuff and just keep firing.
Spamming.
Yeah.
Blind
Until you're
fire.
down to a few, and then you can kind of more pick and choose your aim.
Yeah. Coward. I shoot with intensity and
Suck
purpose.
it. Suck it.
But no, I mean that I've been
No, it's so
very
cool.
pleasantly pleased with the reception to it.
The next one you need to get, Street Fighter 2 will forever be like that would be
I'm
number
really not,
one for me.
I'm not a big
But-
Street Fighter guy. I grew up in a Tekken
What?
household.
What?
They're better. I don't know what to tell
Oh
you.
man.
But what I think
I think
would
that you
bridge
need
the
one.
gap-
You need one that's like got a gun, like a shooter,
and that's
kind
what
of
I
thing.
was. That's what I was getting at. I said I think what would bridge a lot of that gap is either like I don't know if we could figure out like did they ever make Contra cabinets?
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe a Contra
Pretty sure.
or the one that I grew up with that I'm actually very familiar with was Metal Slug, which is very Contra-esque.
Okay.
So
Just a
and it's
good,
metal.
good
you know?
shoot 'em up
Yeah.
side scroller.
Yep,
Sweet.
shmups. Gotta love a good shmup.
A shmup.
Yep.
Well, we
Shoot
do
'em up.
have the
Oh,
advantage
yeah,
of
right. I
the
gotcha.
Space Invaders cabinet is original. However, the guts have been replaced with a Raspberry Pi running an emulation of Space Invaders. So, by that logic, we ought to be able to run emulations of other games as well.
Mhm.
As long as you could.
We'd have to change
They only
the
have
board.
those controllers.
Those controllers, or I suggested that we make like swap out panels,
Oh, uh-huh.
or really, you could have a more advanced controller.
and
and
have
just-
the board stored on the inside.
Well, but I mean, just the dumbed down controls for Space Invaders. You
Right.
know, instead of left and right buttons, you could have a joystick that would go back and forth.
oh yeah.
So I don't know. We just got to
And
reel
again,
that out. And,
another project for Dad that he didn't know that he needed.
yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
he opened up the Galaga cabinet and it had the original operator manual.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the schematics, everything.
I had no idea that there were so many options like that you could adjust
Me either.
on
Yeah.
it.
I thought it was so what we ended up wiring on ours was one, the music was way too quiet for what we would consider an arcade cabinet.
And then it was way too loud.
Yeah, because we're clipping the speaker.
And then we backed it down to a just slightly annoying level.
Yep.
Yeah,
as
it's
it
still
should
pretty
be.
loud.
As
As it should be.
And then we made it free play, so don't have to worry about quarters. If we have guests, the $5 inflation rate still applies. This cabinet's got to pay for itself.
No,
Well,
think-
I mean, now you just pay for
It's a
the
cover
time
charge.
here.
Yeah,
cover
cover
charge.
charge.
There you go.
Cover
Yeah,
charge.
yeah.
That's a good way
Yeah.
of putting it. And then we also
2 drink minimum also.
we also made it to where instead of starting with 3 lives, you start with 5 lives because we're pansies and it's my fucking cabinet. Let's make
It
it
is
fun.
I think it is still on the easy level.
It is. I'm terrified
yeah.
to know what the hardest
Right.
difficulty looks
Yeah,
like.
because there was like 4 other levels.
it was easy, medium, hard, and then most difficult was
Something,
the
yeah,
difficulty.
And then we took off the auto fire, which meant you held down the fire button, it would just automatically fire.
Mixed results, I would say.
Yeah, I think-
don't know.
I don't know if it's the switch or the actual button or what, but sometimes you can tap
Spam
it
a lot.
You can
Yep.
tap it faster than the auto fire.
I think what the deal is with that is you can only have so many of your bullets or on screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
So if you
probably.
got
Hardware
Yeah.
limitations.
if you're shooting something that's close, then you
Yeah.
can get off more shots quickly.
That's fair.
I can get off more shots when it's up close.
Oh, yeah. I can hit targets at a distance.
I also put my Christmas gift out. We've got a whole bar cocktail set back behind you now.
Hey, that's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, it was fun. He was putting it together. He's like, I don't know what half this shit is.
I was going to say, make us some cocktails.
yeah, it came with recipes. So, but I didn't see any recipes for like a 28, 29-year-old Mickey's. So I really wasn't that into it.
Oh, yeah.
So
There's no raisin muffin liqueur. Tastes like raisins. It's real yeasty.
It's probably the cure for cancer.
Probably.
Yeah, it's what Big Mickey's doesn't want you to know. But in general, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what I've been up to, other than just working my ass off. I've been playing a lot of Warhammer, so been whooping ass. So.
Nice.
But I have to be careful because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're playing with dolls," all that type of stuff. But I lean into it. I'm like, I'm gonna go paint my dolls. I'm gonna go play with my dolls. I'm gonna go build my dolls.
Right.
And it's gotten so hardwired in that whenever I'm playing with other people that enjoy Warhammer, I'll call them dolls, and then they'll get standoffish because they don't think that shit's as funny as I do. And I'm like, oh, yep, sorry, whoops. They're dolls, though.
Well, if I ever give you shit, just know that I just see something that I think it's funny.
Oh, that's how I am.
Because I'm totally
and my whole stance is
nerded out about that stuff too.
Well, and at the end of the day, I look at it and I go, it's just really, really stupid, overpriced plastic. I was like, I have no problem calling them a doll. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm getting my enjoyment out of it, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
So
what's cool is we have a 3D printer, so you might be able to print your own.
Can on that.
No.
The actual I looked it up. Believe me, I looked it up. The print quality wouldn't be where I want it to be.
No?
I need to long-term invest in like a resin printer if I want to do that. So.
You just make them bigger.
Yeah. Well, and I'm super into that.
Yeah.
Like having a big statue of one.
Who likes little dolls? We want big dolls.
Right. Right.
Quentin has multiple life-size dolls.
I told you not to talk about it on the podcast.
Speaking of dolls and 6 degrees of separation, the teaser trailer for Megan 2.0 came out today.
Oh, really?
I thought you were going to say that there's like a Kevin Bacon doll out there somewhere.
I haven't watched the first one. How is it?
It's fun.
Is it a funny movie? Like, is it more comedy than it's horror?
No, not intentionally.
Okay.
But a lot of trailers have come out this week, so most of them have been teasers. They did release a full trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so Final Destination is coming back. They did the teaser for Megan. I think the full trailer will probably be this weekend with the Super Bowl. Then we got a trailer for Fantastic Four.
Oh, really?
Yes. And
what one is this?
It looks great. Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they're in an alternate universe. It's set in 1963, but it's the whole retro futurism thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And it looks awesome.
Who's is it? The cast that they already brought in?
No. So Reed is Pedro Pascal.
Oh, sold. All right.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Sue Storm is Vanessa Kirby.
And Johnny Storm, Nicolas Cage.
Now, Johnny Storm is the kid that blew up from the last episode last season.
Will?
No. Of Stranger Things. Eddie. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
And then the Thing. I could only point to shows that you probably haven't seen.
Okay.
Did you watch The Punisher?
No.
Okay.
I mean to, but
right. Did you watch Andor?
I started Andor.
Okay. I couldn't tell you what character he is. Regardless,
anyway, he's in there.
The digital side or the Thing side of him is so comic accurate. I'm not sold on it.
Because it looks
because it looks
cartoonish?
yeah.
Gotcha.
But that's my only problem with it. I'm looking forward to it. But the big one that I didn't even know was coming until like last month was the new Jurassic World.
Yeah, I saw you send me that trailer.
And they dropped a full trailer for it.
Does it look good?
Looks good. ScarJo's in it.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
So
Nice.
Love me some
On another
ScarJo.
island.
I don't know if they're on an island or if they are back where the last Dominion was.
Yeah.
But I guess
You put me on an island with ScarJo. Know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it was. Speaking of that, I went back and
Cue
watched
a T-Rex roar.
I went back and watched Ghost in the Shell,
Yeah.
the one with her, and I'd never watched the original anime, and so I watched it last night, and I I get why people loved it, but I think the story in the movie was a lot stronger. So I'll probably get a lot of hate for that, but
It's all right. You're allowed to be wrong.
yeah.
No, I don't know. It's been a while since I watched either of them, honestly. I couldn't even tell you what the difference in the story was right
Well,
now.
right off the bat, nipples. That was
Oh.
one big difference.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, ScarJo had no nipples.
Oh, well, son of a bitch, I'm out. There's been a couple animes.
Amine.
M&A's.
Yeah, that I've wanted to get into. There's only one true anime that I've started and watched what was available. Other than like Avatar, if you want to have that argument, is it an anime, is it a cartoon? I'm like, they're both, like depending on how you want to spin it.
Yeah.
I feel like all anime can be cartoons, but not all cartoons can be anime.
Correct.
Yes, I think that's the correct point of view.
But anyway, the One Punch Man season 1, I don't know if they've released other seasons, etc. But I watched that just because I was enthralled with the concept of, it's an individual. Are you familiar with the concept?
I know it's
I'll
a
break
thing.
it down. I'll break it down.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't realize it was that complex. Okay.
It's pretty simple, but One Punch Man is such a powerful person. He's trained, yada, yada, yada. He trained himself so much that he has the ability to defeat any enemy with one punch.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. One punch. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, how can you make this interesting? Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And the way that they do that is because it's fucking funny. It's hilarious and it's over the top. It's like they've got metal music playing over all the fight scenes and stuff like that. And the character, it's not so much the fact that he can defeat anything with one punch. It's him living with the overwhelming burden of, well, what's my purpose now? Like,
oh, because he achieved.
yeah, because I'm like, now any fight that I'm ever in, it's completely pointless. It's a waste of time. And so he's like hollow on the inside. He's like depressed. And so that character progression and the crazy enemy designs and stuff like that. And there's a lot of like in those fights, he's just waiting to see if they can do anything to him. And then he's like, all right, that's enough of that. It's good. I really enjoyed it. It was everything I wanted an anime to be.
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember this at all, Zach?
Yeah, absolutely. G-Force, man.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember because I thought it was cool as shit when I was a little kid, but it came on Saturday mornings at like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I just was never that committed to get up that early on a weekend to watch it. Well, but every once in a while I would, and I loved it.
And I honestly can't remember what station it was on, but for the longest time, Cherryville didn't have that many stations.
Mm-hmm.
So like Independence, Coffeyville, different stuff like that, they had way more channels than we had. And so mom and dad had friends, we'd go over, and then all of a sudden, whoa, more channels. And I remember catching that periodically. And that to me is the definition of anime.
Right. Yeah.
And so there's I keep looking for it to be streaming somewhere where I can watch it because all I have are flashes in my head, and
Yeah, like I couldn't tell you the storyline or anything.
And it had a very Speed Racer kind of look.
Okay.
But it's from '78, so it was before Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess it's streaming on some service called High Dive right now. So I have no idea what that is. Might be worth looking into though.
All right, question.
Yeah.
Voltron anime?
Anime adjacent.
Yeah.
It's very cartoon. It's very rooted in cartoon.
Okay.
To me, the definition of anime is the look of high-speed motion and the way their faces are animated.
I would
I
would also argue
Voltron's got the high speed.
The static character in the foreground and then the
I would argue that themes also kind of play a role.
Yeah.
In terms of you look at Tom and Jerry and it's just a cat and a mouse, and it's very easy to follow, understand. There's no layer to that plot.
Oh, you haven't been watching close enough.
Oh, there's plenty of lessons that you can glean from that. But anyway, there was similar vein in terms of, you said G-Force?
Yeah.
Or Battle of the Planets.
Yeah, Battle of the Planets.
I think depending on
where it was,
when it was.
One of the ones that I have vivid memories of growing up as a kid that apparently not a lot of them remember, but it was what I would say an anime cartoon-esque called Zoids. Are you guys familiar with Zoids at all? I know I've talked to you about it.
I vaguely remember that.
It aired for maybe 1 or 2 seasons in America, and then it just never came back, right? But they were giant mechanized animals.
Yep.
There was one wolf, it wasn't a wolf, but the name of it was Liger Zero, and it was just this white, red, and black wolf mech thing that was massive and was piloted by one guy. It was like Gundam, but make it animals. And there was
I remember that, and I always thought about the Dinobots from Transformers.
Well, and they had one on that show too. And it was like a Triceratop with a giant fucking tank cannon on its back, Gustav level tank cannon mounted on its back.
I used to have the Triceratops Dinobot.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I have a model kit in my office of Darkhorn, which is that Triceratop. And I have Liger Zero that I put together, but I still need to, it broke whenever I was moving, and that was before I really got into model building in general. I did a lot of things wrong. I'm a lot better now that I want to go back and I want to do that justice. It's the shit.
I used to love, I had some Transformers, but I never had all 5 of the Dinobots or all 5 of the Constructicons to build the big fucking robot. Yeah.
I might be wrong on this, but didn't GoBots come first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just slightly, about a year or 2.
They didn't stick, but GoBots were the exact same thing as Transformers.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The action figures just weren't really as cool. I remember having a GoBot, one of the GoBots.
I think Transformers built on GoBots the way G.I. Joe built on the Star Wars action figures.
Yes.
By adding more articulations.
Yep.
And that's why G.I. Joe took off the way it did. It's because all of a sudden you had these characters hold the guns different ways, And I don't know.
And Transformers, I think, for the most part, were a little bigger. The toys were a little bigger than the GoBots. Although the GoBots, if I remember right, they were they had some metal in them, whereas the Transformers were all plastic. I think
the GoBots were a little bigger than Hot Wheels. But that was the vibe that you'd get from them. It was they had some die-cast metal in them, but they were just transforming Hot Wheels.
Interesting.
And then, fucking Transformers came and took over.
Wouldn't you be pissed if you were the guy that thought up GoBots and then someone basically took your idea and
made
just
it better.
made it a little better, and then you were just lost.
Left in the dust. Yep.
Yep.
You were.
But that's the way it works.
Sands of time.
Yeah, I know. Well,
The winners write the history.
It does not always pay to be first.
right.
It pays to be better.
You don't need a good idea. You just need to modify someone else's good idea.
That's right.
Hey.
You changed it just enough.
So
Either that or he just didn't get any kind of patent for it.
Yep.
Which
Right,
is
it's
possible
like-
too.
It's like methamphetamines. Man, all right. Well, I'm going to change this molecule. Now it's Adderall. I'm going to sell it to college kids.
Well, yeah. You got to wonder which way did that go?
Right. I'm just fucking around. I don't know. I don't know anything. This is not any kind of scientific podcast.
He's the chemist, not you. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Not far off, though. Not far off. That's all I have to say about that. I can't remember if I ever told this story on the podcast. Did I ever tell you about one of my last days in organic chemistry?
Yeah. I
Yes.
think you have told
Have I
that
said
story.
it on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, such a legendary day. It was so good. I still have those notes.
Now we know how he afforded the Galaga and Space Invaders.
Everybody's got a side hustle, Zach. Lighten up. Come on, shit. But
So yeah, just a quick update on the band because we've been pretty quiet. We are looking at maybe a show or two early this year. We are seriously looking at doing some live streams. If anybody has any interest in that, please let us know. I know
we still got some quirks to figure out.
Oh, another big thing. So, if you have seen some of our posts about new merch and the crazy selection that we've got of online merch, the company that we're going through, Printful, actually just merged with Printify, which was basically their direct competitor. Mm-hmm. And one of the big benefits out of that is the cost. The cost to us actually dropped quite substantially. So I haven't been able to go back in and adjust the prices, but the prices are getting ready to come down pretty dramatically. I was actually shocked at how much you'll save.
Hockey jerseys are not included in that.
No. Those are on the horizon, and those are special order, and they will cost you a fucking fortune, but they look really good.
And I'll kiss your forehead. with
Yeah.
it. You'll match with me. What better?
He'll give you a high five and go, "Oh, Puck."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, puck me.
But another cool thing is, to those of you that have already ordered merch off the store, there is going to be a rebate that we're going to be sending out to you. So keep
Look at him being honest.
Yeah.
Because there's that part of me that's just like, you should have talked with the band about this.
No. No. So be on the lookout. I'll be sharing the page again. Also, we have Off the Edge merch. Same store, so prices on that stuff's going to be coming down too. So, if you want to get some cool swag for either Off the Edge or Edge Over Edge,
Or both.
Or both. It helps us out a bunch. Obviously, we don't get all the money, but we do get kickback from it because we designed it. So,
and we just appreciate you wearing. Repping the band or the podcast.
Even if you don't like the band, enjoy the brand because it's a dope logo. I'm pretty proud of it. So,
oh yeah.
So wear that shit.
I'll put the links in the description.
Hell yeah.
So check it out.
Shit.
So I think to wrap it up, we will say little things on the way.
Microdosing, big
little
things coming.
things happening. Little things happening.
Little things happening.
That's
a lot of little things amalgamating into one big thing.
There you go.
That's what I say.
We're going to try and reverse psychology this shit. Little things happening.
That's what I say to my wife in bed.
Little things
little things happening. It's happening.
Stay on target.
It impacted on the surface.
And then I make the porkins face.
But Well,
Okay.
thanks for tuning in,
TMI.
everybody. So it's always good. Like I said, I started this podcast with, is anybody else having a really fucking rough week? Because I needed this. So hopefully, to the audio listeners out there, hopefully you can find some enjoyment, stress relief, listen to a bunch of jackasses drinking beer and bullshit.
Yep. All right. It's Galaga time.
Woo!